Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Force, and today I will be providing you guys with an introduction to the Garrison system. Garrisons will be your base of operations within the Warlords of Draenor warfront. It's also essentially a housing system that's being newly introduced with this expansion. It's pretty neat, what I've seen so far. I don't have full access to everything that Garrisons have to offer, plus being that it's in the beta right now, it's a little bit buggy, and some of my progress has actually been blocked, but I still would like to just give you the lay of the land, and again, the basic introduction. So let's start off by talking about how you acquire a garrison. Basically, as soon as you arrive to your first leveling zone after the introductory zone of Tanan Jungle, you are given a quest to gather supplies and clear the area of enemies. And what this allows you to do is actually set the land for your garrison. You're then going to set up your first main building, which is the town hall, and then from there you'll begin to have access to the various other parts of it. So the way garrisons essentially work is that they have these different plugs in which you can plop in useful things that will give you new abilities or improvements and resources for the different professions you have, be it crafting or gathering professions. And then just sometimes some useful neat things. So let me actually show you how this is all done. This all takes place within the town hall itself, which right now we're at a level 1 garrison, so it's just this little dinky building here. And in the town hall there's a few different NPCs. There's the architect here, Gazlo. Now this is Horde specific. The general premises are the same, but obviously your garrison, if your alliance, will be in a different area, and the NPCs will be different, but all the basics are the same. We've got an innkeeper here, and then we've got the mission specialist. So another big part of the garrison system is the fact that you can use these minions that or these followers that you acquire to do missions for you, to get you gear and loot and things like that. Okay, so for the actual construction process, you actually go to this little table right here, and what this is called the architect table. Once you click on it, you're going to see an overlay of your garrison, and these buildings that I've already placed down prior to this, there were these little circular plugs, and the idea is that as you get the recipes for these, or the plans for these different buildings, you can plop them just right into the plug. So you can see there's multiple sizes with large, medium, and small, and each of them have different buildings that you can place down. So the first building that we placed down was the barracks, and that's this right over here. And the barracks gave us access to the call to arms ability, which unlocks a high experience patrol mission, but it also gives you just this little ability that you can use. So I can go over here and I can show you, this is the actual barracks itself, and I've got a bunch of guys and girls training and fighting and stuff or whatever. There's really not much for you to actually do here, but what it does is it gives you access to this call to arms, and I can call this down once every 5 minutes, and I get a few people from my garrison that spawn immediately, and they're gonna help me fight whatever I'm fighting, and they do a lot of damage. It's actually a pretty strong ability. It's a fairly strong cooldown for once every 5 minutes. You get those ranged guys in the back and these 2 melee guys who will help you. And then after a few seconds, they'll just despawn. They don't stay with you permanently. Although these guys are following me around a little bit longer than I expected to, since the range guys have already disappeared, but that's fine. So yeah, that's the barracks. And then the other building that I currently have going up is the Alchemy Lab, and this is actually bugged at the moment, but because it shows that it's still building, although all the NPCs are here for me to interact with. So it's been like this for a while. I'm not quite sure. You know, again, it is the beta. But once you get this, you're gonna have access to this guy who's an alchemist, and he can give you different plans to make different alchemy recipes. And then we've got the alchemist assistant here who allows you to place work orders. Now, what work orders are going to do is they're going to generate a shipment of supplies. You can see it generates a shipment of alchemical catalyst, and you get to park a follower here for the architect UI to get higher results from it. So all I need to do is turn in some blackrock ore and some frostweed, and then I'm going to get a shipment of alchemical catalyst there. So yeah, you'll have these work orders that you complete to give yourself resources on a daily basis. So let's go back into the main building itself over here. so I can show you some of the other different things that you can construct beyond what we see here. So again, we have the barracks. We could also do an armory, which is going to give us a bonus upgrade quest rewards. We'll be taking a look at those quests in a second. We could get a mage tower, which is going to be a portal to Ashran. Stables will reduce the chance of me being dazed off my mount by 50%. The workshop unlocks a personal engineer that attaches rockets, mines, and speed boost to your mounts. That's kind of hilarious. For the medium-sized things, we've got a barn that will allow me to capture Clefthoof and Talbuk to get rare leathers, so that's for leather crafting. We can get an inn, which is going to recruit random followers. We'll be seeing followers in just a second. Lumber mill gives in a place for us to harvest trees for garrison supplies and more. Sparring area increases our out-of-combat regeneration by 3% of our maximum health and mana per second when in outdoor Draenor areas. And then a trading post is going to give us access to these reputation factions of the Shatari Defense and Laughing Skull. And then finally, small. Majority of the small ones all have to do with the different professions. So basically for the forge here, we're going to get a batch of blacksmithing components, batch of tailoring components, batch of leatherworking components. You get the idea. There was one, so like if we get the storehouse, increases the storage of the daily batches. So if we're really interested in getting a lot of batches each day, then we can put down the batch of our choice, like the forge, and then also get a storehouse to get more out of it. And now we're currently at a level 1 garrison, so we only have access to these 3 plugs, one which is for the town hall, and then 2 for the extra things, which we currently have, again, the barracks, as well as the alchemy lab. Once we level this up to town hall level 2, which we actually should currently be able to do, you see I've got the button for it, but once more it's beta, so it's just a little busted. But what will happen is once we upgrade this to level 2, it's going to get a visual overhaul. It's going to look better, but it's also going to expand in size. So the outdoor area here, this fence that's going around this garrison area, this will expand outwards. It's actually supposed to go as far as beyond that mine right back there, and then I'm going to have access to go into those mines for a quest. So yeah, it's supposed to expand, but that expansion not only gives you more room, it gives you more plugs with which to place down these different things. So I'm limited at the moment, but once I upgrade this, I'm gonna have more plugs to put these things in. Now, how do you get these plans to place these things down? Well, some of them you'll have quests, some of them you'll find within the world, and some of them you can actually purchase. There's an NPC located right over here. I believe it's this one. Yes. So this NPC, we can purchase these different plans. We can get for the workshop level 1, blueprint inn, sparring arena. In fact, these might be almost all of them that we have access to at the moment, interestingly enough. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it. It looks like everything that we have, that we can currently place down at the moment is available for sale from this NPC. Of course, prices could fluctuate. These are all red to me because I need to be level 96 for most of them. Actually, no, some of them I can do. Some of them I can just outright purchase. Like I could just outright purchase the Alchemy Lab level 1 at the moment, as well as the sparring area. But I don't even have any plugs to put them in. Other NPCs within the area, there's like reagents NPCs. Down over here, there is a repair NPC, as well as someone who sells food and drink. Is it relevant food and drink? Do they have level 90? Yeah, okay, so they do have relevant food and drink here. And then this NPC does repairs, so you can come here and do repairs and sell your stuff and whatnot. And there's also inside of your inn, there will be one, there's inside of your town hall, there's an innkeeper, so you can go ahead and set your hearthstone to this area if you like, and then, you know, purchase whatever you can normally purchase from an innkeeper. So that is the plugs, the different useful buildings that you construct. That's a look at that. Now let's talk about the followers. So the followers, you'll unlock them as you do quest and just do things within the world. And then you also saw that you could put up an inn that will give you random followers for each day. So you could recruit random followers each day. So you're going to get a list of followers based on what you've unlocked so far in the game. So I can actually show you right here what I've got access to. At the moment, all of the ones that are colored in, you see the class symbols. The ones that are colored in are the ones I have access to. These ones below are grayed out, and those are the ones that I don't have access to at the moment. So I have access to all of these followers, and each of these followers have different abilities. And what this is, it's a system for you to send these guys and girls out on quests and you get rewards from them. And the general concept is you want to send an NPC out on a quest that they are going to be successful at doing. So if I go over here to missions, you can see I currently have an available mission that I could access. And this mission, the specialty of the thing here, the specialty of the boss, if you will, is wild aggression. So what I would want to do is pair up an NPC that counters that. And you can see this is one that counters it. There'll be a little symbol that pops up, and then sometimes it's been bugged out for me, so if you just go to the followers and you click on them, you can see this one counters that symbol. This one counters that symbol. This one counters that symbol. This is the one, this one counters it basically if they're deadly minions there or whatever. So the one that we want for this particular mission that we have access to at the moment is this guy. We want to send him out. So what you can do is then, and you'll notice for this mission you've got rewards. There's a chance for a bonus chest in which you can get some loot. I actually picked up just a decent blue item from doing one of these quests earlier. There's going to be some experience for the followers. You're also going to get some currency. The reward currency. I believe this is the material. I think this might be the material for the Garrison. I'm not positive though, but the idea is you send these NPCs out on these quests and you get benefits from them. There's really little interaction with it beyond that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click and drag all in because he counters this particular mission. He counters this threat. We're gonna put him right here and then we're gonna say, start your mission. And then it's gonna go to the in progress bar, and in 30 minutes from now, the mission will complete. There's no interaction from you beyond that. In fact, in the past, there was a mission to go to the boat that I got dropped off on this continent in, and after I sent an NPC out on the mission, I actually went down to the boat myself because I happened to know where it was, and I couldn't see the NPC. There was no action going on. So you can't actually move out and interact with these missions, at least it doesn't appear from what I've seen. You yourself can't go out. It's just something, you get these followers and then you send them out on these quests. There's no interaction beyond you using the interface with them, which, I don't know, it's kind of a little disappointing to me. I thought it would have been cool if these followers were real characters that you could see and interact with when you go out on these missions, but it turns out, again, you yourself are not doing the missions. It's just them doing the missions and you collect the reward. So that's basically it. Once more, I just wanted to give you a little introduction to the Garrison system. Also, just a little hint here. When I first came to this area, I discovered that the lake right next to the starter garrison for the Horde, if you go down, there's this little mine underwater, and you'll find yourself some Garrison supplies there. So that's a neat little trick. And I believe the Alliance also have something similar on their side. I remember reading something about that on the forums. So yeah, that'll do it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Just a brief introduction to the Garrison system. I do apologize. I really wanted to show you the Garrison level 2, but once more, as we see here, for one reason or another, pretty much because beta, I can't upgrade it like I'm supposed to be able to. But if it ever does end up start working, I'll probably do an update video just to show you what Garrison level 2 looks like. And I know there are some people who it's not bugged for, so I'm sure if you do a quick YouTube or Google search, you can probably get a look at that there as well. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you have a great day. Stay tuned. We will be doing some more coverage of the Warlords of Draenor beta. I'd like to show you guys the first dungeon at some point, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Keep watching and keep owning.